Good morning, and welcome to a day in the life of an indie comic creator. Um, this is a Sunday morning. I'm off today, and this is what my typical day starts out as. I get up in the morning. I do the necessities. Um, no, I'm not a yuck mouth. Remember that song? They call me yuck mouth 'cause I don't brush and I like my teeth like this. Anyway, I loved that when I was a kid. I remember that wholeheartedly. But this is what the day looks like. And now it's time to head over to the kitchen and prepare to start my day. So I also start my dogs off with their dental bone before I do anything. I fill up their bowl of water with a dental solution for their teeth, and I also give them these bones for their teeth as well to keep them healthy. And for the little ones, I have to cut them because they have little pipes in their throats, and sometimes they'll get stuck. So I would chop up the little ones. This is a daily routine every morning, every day, and I'll get it ready for my pups. Now I like to start my mornings with a cup of Joe and a protein bar, and this is just my way of snacking before I work out, because as I go upstairs and prepare to start the first half of my work, which is going to be social media posting, um, I want to fill my stomach with something before I work out. So now I'm going to head upstairs and start my routine. And you can see my buddies come with me all the time. They search the area. They're like the Secret Service, and they have to make sure all is clear. So, good morning, neighbors. I love the view from my office. So, what I normally do is this. In the mornings, I will set up and edit videos from my live stream, and I will time lapse them. I will speed them up and format them for social media posting, for shorts, for TikTok, for Facebook, for YouTube and Instagram. And I'll create shorts. So I have about 175 videos from my online streams when I would draw different scenes or pages from the book to pull from. So I have a large database. I have multiple hard drives because video takes a lot of storage. If you could look, you see them all gigabytes, 2 gigabytes, 3 gigabytes. But this is one of the videos that I'll take and I'll format it for social media posting. And this is a daily routine for me. I try to get these things done first part of my day, get that out of the way because social posting takes some time. This was a piece that I did of Duty and Herman as E.T. from the movie poster. And so while it's rendering, I like to stand and look outside and just enjoy the view as the application is doing its thing. So once the first part is done, which is speeding up the video, then I will open up a template that I created for social postings, which is a vertical layout, and I will import that video, size it, fit it in, do some edits with the text, and do all the formatting so that it'll fit, number one, on all the social platforms, in whether it's stories or shorts or whatever it is, to make sure that everything fits. The format is correct. It plays nicely. And this is what I do. So if you haven't seen any of my shorts, check it out on this channel, on the other Samuel. On YouTube, there's a tab right above that shows the shorts, but also it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, it's on Facebook, it's on Getter. There's a bunch of different places where I post to. It's not just one location. But yeah, so this takes time in the morning, formatting, correcting the size, correcting the dimensions. And I enjoy this part of the process. It's the morning part, having a nice cup of coffee, and doing this to start my morning off. And then I'll just export it, create a file name, render it, and then once it starts rendering again, I'll enjoy that cup of coffee, as always. And then I will now take that file that was exported as an MP4 once it's done, and then I'll transfer the file into my photos, which is on Apple's Photos, which is on the cloud. And then I start uploading it to social media, and I'll enjoy my cup of joe and just start posting and get it out there, so that way you can view what I just did. This is the fun part of the day. And then once this is done, I will head off. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna pick you up, huh? All right, come on, let's go. I gotta pick you up. She's a flirt. She's a flirt. I gotta pick you up all the time. Is that what it is? All right. So now I will prepare my pre-workout drink. I put in half a glass of iced tea, which is unsweetened iced tea. And I put in my drink, which is gluten-free, doesn't have all of those chemicals, but it gives you enough energy to get through a workout. And so it doesn't give you the jitters, it doesn't give you those weird feelings, those stimulants that some other pre-workout drinks do. And while that's settling in my system, I start working on the breakfast for the dogs. And it's a combination of dry food by Signature, some white rice and ground turkey that we pre-make ahead of time, and then also some wet food. And this is part of their daily diet. And the dry and the wet's all turkey. So it's like overkill with turkey, but they love it. And then I add a dash of omega-3 oils for them for a good coat and skin. And then, I'll add some water to all of their bowls. And so this way they don't get stuck in their throat when they're eating, because they gorge. They're not very what is it? They don't really have etiquette. They just like to just eat, 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 eat. So this is part of the routine every morning, and then I serve the dogs. Oh, look at that. Gotta pick that up. All right, this is where the real work begins. So, in order for me to work out, I have to move the cars, and this is a daily thing. Every morning, I have to get them outside the garage and get ready for my workout routine, which I try to get as much as I can. But now that I'm working full time, I tend to work out in the evenings. But when I'm on the weekends, I do it first thing in the morning. Or the days that I have off, I do it first thing in the morning. So I have to take both cars out, set it up, and get ready to grind. And this is the part where I enjoy, because I listen to some motivational podcasts. I'm setting up my dogs, and I get to just be in the think tank. So this is where I get to really think about what the day looks like, what tomorrow looks like, plan ahead, come up with ideas. A lot of the ideas that I come up with, it's usually when I'm working out. I find that it's although the workout is exhausting, it's also relaxing. So you can't start the workout without a nice good stretch. So got to get those joints flexed in, so I can get ready for what's to come. And today is going to be a good workout. I always start out with cardio, whether it's jump rope. I usually like to do jump rope. So I do about 3 sets over about 100. I count to 150 steps. So I do 3 sets of that, and it really, really takes a toll on me. And so then today's going to be about biceps and chest. So I think everyone needs to have some sort of vice, something that's going to get them going. And, as we get older, we have to make sure we stay fit, we stay in shape, we stay strong. And especially if you are an artist. So as an artist or creative, you know that you're sitting down a lot of the times. And it takes a toll on you, because we're creatures that's supposed to be mobile. And when you're sitting the whole time, it affects your joints, it affects your nerves. So I try to have a nice balance by working out every day, so that way I don't have any of that. It helps eliminate those pains that you get from nowhere, just from sitting. So I enjoy this part of the process, because this is where I really get to really think. I'm in the zone. I'm planning out the page layouts. I'm planning out the podcast episodes, topics for the Cast the Craze podcast, topics for the Crazy Intent LS, which is a 10-minute segment. Planning out future Kickstarters, thinking about what conventions I should attend, thinking about my pitch, how am I pitching, thinking about setting up meetings with publishers, or agents. So all those thoughts are running through my head while I'm working out. And then, in that process, there's personal thoughts that come in, like, the household and the family and all that stuff. But this is that moment where I get to do all those things. And again, this is what you're like, what's he doing? This is where it's a lunge, but it's a forward moving lunge. And those are hops, those are jumps. So I'm doing jumps just to get agile, and then again, he's a side twist. It looks crazy. It's like, what's he punching? Is there like mosquitoes? It might be an attack by bees, but this is just basically my way of just closing out the workout and getting ready to start the workday. So the first half of the morning is almost done. I'm gonna close up shop. I'm gonna go and bring those cars back in and get ready for the next phase of the morning. All right, now it's time for breakfast, and I can't start the day without breakfast. And I love my breakfast, and whether it's a peanut butter sandwich, whether it's a bowl of oatmeal, or it's eggs and bacon, turkey bacon. That for me, I have to replenish my body after a nice good workout with a good breakfast. Now, the difference between the days that I work and the days that I'm off is that the days that I get up in the morning to go to work, I have a bowl of oatmeal with 3 boiled eggs and a cup of coffee. When I'm off, I splurge. And I have my eggs with turkey bacon and a slice of gluten-free toast, 1 slice. And so this is what I'm doing to replenish and prepare for the next phase of my workday. So whenever I sit down to eat, I always count my blessings and I surf the web. I look for ideas. I look what's happening in the industry. I try to find topics that are relevant to what we do on Catch the Craze. And this is where I'm just like collecting information. And sometimes I'll throw those ideas. George and I would throw ideas around. But this is basically a routine for me every morning. Time to clean up and put on my superhero costume. I'm ready to create, looking fresh. Let's go. And so here come my crew running up the stairs. Let's go back into the lab. And basically, this is where now the Kickstarter has ended. And so what I'm doing here is formatting my prints for the Kickstarter. So there was all the prints that were ordered on the campaign. I'm getting them ready. and format it to send to get printed. So this is what I'm doing right now. So there was, I forgot how many prints there are, but this print right here was for all of the new backers to the Kickstarter. But all of these prints you saw me, if you haven't seen them, me draw live on the channel. But yeah, so this is an 8x8. I'm using Affinity Photo as I'm editing that. And by the way, the video that I was editing earlier was Wondershare, Filmora, in case you're wondering. But then now I go to the website. Printivity is what I use, and I'll start ordering the prints. So I'll place the order to have them come to, and so I'm doing about 25 of each print just to get them ready and to ship out. And now I'm also ordering the sticker sheet. So there was sticker sheets that a lot of the backers wanted, and it was part of a bundle as well, I believe. So I'm ordering that, getting that ready, so that way everything will get shipped to me by on time to be able to send it out before the month ends. And this right here is a landing page for book number 5 and the graphic novel in April 4th. So mark your calendars. I hope to see you there. All right, so now I have to finish up some colors on a page for book number 5 of There's an Alien in My Toilet. So I did the flats and I did some tones, but now I have to finish this up. So this is basically Bobby's father and his buddies, and this is a scene from the storyline. And this issue 5, it really takes off. If you've picked up any of my books, you know that it's been a slow build, right? So Duty basically was the main character for the first 3 issues, and then we started introducing Herman and Bobby and the dad in issue, and Agent Doe in issue 4. But issue 5, it's not only Agent Doe, but there's also the Emperor. There's a whole lot of characters that's being introduced in the series. This is the time where I am the most relaxed. When I'm drawing, when I'm creating, when I'm coloring my own books, whatever it is, this is when I'm the most relaxed and the most at peace and happy. Nothing makes me more happy than creating my own stories, telling my own stories, and nothing brings me more joy than drawing this character, Duty. And basically, I'm using a layer on top of the line layer to add the water effect. And right now it's just a flat for the water, and I'm just picking areas where I think the water should be. Unfortunately, the guys were playing poker, and then Bobby interrupted, and he's not feeling too good. So he's about to hurl. No bueno, that's not good at all. But, the story in itself, I try to treat it like a silent film before I add any dialogue. So can you laugh just by watching the story panel to panel? Do you get it? Does it bring you in? Do you giggle? And if you do that, then I believe that the dialogue is the bonus. The dialogue is like the cherry on top. And that's what I try to accomplish when I'm drawing and I'm coloring the pages for There's an Alien in My Toilet. And this basically book 5 is being wrapped up and formatted for the graphic novel. And then what I do now is I realized that on my website that I have the book page where you can get the bios and sample preview pages of each comic book. But I didn't have a buy now button on that page. You had to go to the store section of the website in order to buy any of the books. So I decided to add another layer to that by adding the buy now function wherever the books are being previewed on the book page as well. So it gives you more incentives to purchase instead of just going to the shop and scrolling. You might just want to go look through the books and see the preview, say I want that book, and you can buy it now. So I always try to find areas of opportunity that needs to be corrected, and capitalized on my website and everything I do. It's so I let it sit, and then I go back, I reevaluate, and I make the adjustments, and that's what I'm doing now right here. And then once it's done, then I test it, making sure that everything works, all the links work, and it works here, and so we're good to go. Check, check, check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, right there. All right. Welcome to the Craze in 10 or Less. This is the show where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under, and if I don't, I've been busy. Anyway, do celebrity comic books make it easier or harder for the little guy? That's the topic of the day. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. Stop acting up. Let's get it. If you're new to this channel and you never heard of Catch the Craze podcast, it's a podcast that I run, and this segment is the Craze in 10 or Less. It's basically taking a topic in 10 minutes or under and talking about it, and it's a way to provide smaller clips on the channel to drive more traffic. At least that's what I was told. So that's a typical day off from work. I usually start around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and that's my normal routine. And then right now it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. So I was able to accomplish a lot, and that's normally what my days off look like. So what I do from this point on, like today specifically, is some homework. I'm doing some homework. I'm studying some of the masters, or the ones who are in the industry, and really studying some of the formats of books. And I'll give you an example. So here are some of the things that I'm looking at and I'm studying. Number one, I appreciate the art style. I appreciate the storylines, and I appreciate the creators. And so, Dogman's one of them, right? You're like, Sam, you're reading Dogman? You crazy? That's by Dave Pilkey. Life's a Party, right? By Travis Hansen. This is a really fun story. Angry Birds. Angry Birds is on my list. Captain Underpants. The Loud House. I love the animated series. And then Kepler's Intergalactic Guide to Spaceships by Jake Parker. I actually backed this on a Kickstarter. And you're probably asking yourself, what do you mean you're studying? Well, everybody approaches art from a different perspective, whether the medium, the style, whatever it is. But I try to stay in line with what's happening trend-wise, and stay on top of whether it's the comedy, the pacing, the mood, whatever it is. And for me, as I remember, I left comics for 10 years, so I've been out of the game, and now my children's books are stale, right? So I've written a lot of children's books, and they're stale compared to what's happening, what's trending now. And not necessarily the story themselves, but they're stale because the format that I chose, the tone that I chose. So I got feedback from somebody at the Licensing Expo, and they made some recommendations. So because of that, I decided to pick up all these books, and I'm just studying what makes this style of book trendy. What is it about these books that are so appealing to the masses? And so it's about really rethinking my approach to page design and page layout. And so I'm doing that now. I'm working on a comic strip right now.
for duty, and I'm really trying to understand how what I do here will translate to you out there, the reader, whether or not you find it appealing. And I'm trying to really stay in line with what's happening industry-wise. Not changing Duty's DNA or anything like that, but just my design style and how I approach a page. How dynamic is the page layout? You know, does it pop? Do you connect with it? You know, are you able to follow it easily? So there's all those things. So for the rest of the day, I will be doing some homework, and I'll be sitting in the yard, hanging out. And I basically what I do is now, because I'm working full time, I'll spend half the day doing this and all the creative stuff that you saw me do today on this video, and the other half I will be spending with my wife, and we'll sit in the yard. She'll grab a book, I'll grab a book, and we'll talk, and we'll have some snacks, and we'll enjoy the rest of the day. It's a nice day today. It's amazing how just a week ago it was like frigid and you couldn't even sit outside. Now we can actually sit outside and it's beautiful. It's crazy Texas weather. You gotta wear a coat with flip-flops and shorts. That's how, and an umbrella, right? So you're ready for anything. Yeah, so that's this episode. So you can see the podcast, the social media, the ordering, and the also was able to throw in that little shipping for an order from the website. So if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with a friend, and again, remember, dreams are only made possible if you believe it. Believe in yourself. That's the only person that counts. And everything else will come into play. You guys have a great day. Until next week, this is the Art of Samuel. I appreciate you. Peace.